What's up, everybody? So today's project we're going to be working on this episode today is a 2009 Volkswagen Jetta. It's shooting a code of P2431. So for P2431s, that code is for secondary air injection system airflow, pressure sensor circuit range performance bank 1. So we're going to go underneath the hood and check that out. So the first thing we're going to want to do is pop the hood. Then we're going to open the hood. This is the tool that will be needed to do this job. You're going to need a little magnet tray, a socket wrench with a little swivel arm, either a straight socket wrench, a 10mm short socket, a 10mm swivel, or a deep socket 10mm, and a T25, and an extension. There's a couple of things we need to look at, but before we can get to it, we need to take this intake cover slash engine cover off to access it. So first, let's pop this clip off, move upwards, and then right here we need to take this, pop this cover off. It's just a couple of clips. Okay, we'll put that to the side, and then you're going to raise this up like so, and there's no bolts or nuts that's holding this top down. It's just clipped on. So what you're going to do is just kind of pry it up, and then remove it. So now we have access to the engine. Okay, guys and gals, so with that code, there's two possible reasons that fault code would pop up. One of them would be this sensor here, and that is a air pressure sensor, and that could be faulty. Now, how do we test that? Truthfully, you really can't. The second possible reason that the code could pop up is the pump. Now, this vehicle has 300,000 miles, and this pump has a lot of buildup. And to test that, you have to remove this, put a mirror, and run it and see if the flap opens up. If it doesn't open up, then that pump can be faulty, and that's a secondary air pump. So I think I forgot to mention, this is a 2.5 liter engine, okay, not the 2.0. Not sure if the two engines are different when it comes to the secondary and the sensor, but what we're going to do right now is we got the part for the secondary pump, air pump, and we're going to go ahead and change that out. So let's get it done. So first thing you want to do is this plastic hose right here, you want to squeeze it and then pop it out. Okay, that's pretty simple. And then this is a harness that's clipped on, so you need there's a clip right here that you need to press out, and then unhooked. So what you're going to need is like a flathead screwdriver or whatever, or you can wait to the end when you unbolt everything and you can unclip it. But let's see, it's kind of difficult because it's facing downwards. So for this pump, on this side of the pump, there's going to be exactly 4 bolts. 2 long ones on the top, 2 short ones on the bottom. I really can't show you while I'm removing it, but once I remove it I can show you exactly where the bolts are. But again, 2 long ones on the top, 2 short ones on the bottom. And all 4 of them are 10mm bolts. Alright, so after unbolting the air secondary pump, I was mentioning that you remove 4 bolts, 2 long ones and 2 short ones. So 2 long ones are at the top and the 2 short ones are at the bottom. So after you remove the bolts, you can pull this up, and right here where this connection is, you can pull it out so you can unclip it. So basically you're going to get a pick, stick it in there, pop it up, and then you can pop the harness out. So this is what the secondary air pump looks like. Now there's nothing that connects to this except for this hose here. Now there is another secondary air pump for the Volkswagen, and I think it's for the 2.0 liter engine. I'm thinking different model, but it has a pipe that leads to this end right here. As you can see right here, it looks like a delete area. Yeah, that's where the pipe screws on. But for this one, for the 2.5, it only has one air plastic piping that goes into this one. The other one would be a metal one and a plastic, so it'll be 2 hoses. This one only has one single one. Alright. Also note, at the bottom here, there's these 2 hoses. That's where the 2 short bolt goes to, and above is the 2 longer one. One goes into this little hose section, and one goes here. So those are the 2 long ones, these are the 2 short ones. And those are the only 2 bolts that hold this part into place. Alright, so now revealing the new parts. The new part to replace the old. This is from the actual manufacturer, Volkswagen dealer. Okay. Here's the actual part. There's the new part, it's shiny. There's no buildup because it's brand new. Again, this part right here has the delete area. got to make sure for your vehicle it may come with that metal piping that bolts onto here, or it'll be the one that just has this one. Okay, all right, so this is the new part, and the part number for this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's 07K131351F. Repeat, 07K131351F. And I think the description to this, I mean at the dealer, they call it the flap, because inside there's a flap that opens up and down, opens and closes, and that's why they call it the flap. But it's a secondary air pump. And then we got the gaskets that goes to this. This was purchased just in case we needed it. But basically, I know one gasket goes to here, and that we will need. But I'm not really sure where the other gasket will go. So, with that being said, we got to be careful on which one we open, because we might need the other one to return. So let's go ahead and get this part prepped and ready and install it. Oh, to mention, the two gaskets, the part numbers are right here. One's 07K131120D, and the other one's 07K131120F. So one of these is going to go to this, and that's the only. We're only going to need one gasket. So the gasket that we need for this part is the part 07K131120D, and it looks like this. And this goes on the bottom side of this valve area, open area, and it clips on just like that. Okay, so I figured out this one right here is the gasket that connects to this end if that was your engine that needed for that second pipe that leads into this vacuum pump. Okay, but because this is the other one, it only needs this gasket, so we can actually return that. So now we will go ahead and get this to the car and install it. So I will now put the new part and install it, and then once I install it, I can't really film it, but remember, note to yourself, 2 long ones on the top, all right, 1, 2, and then 2 short one on the bottom, 1, 2, okay? And then once you done all that, then we connect the pipe, air hose, and then the harness for power. And let's get to it. Alright, after mounting the pump on, you're going to want to go ahead and connect the harness back in. And then connect the hose till it clips on, and then there you have it. Everything's back together. So your connection is back on and your hose is back on. So what we're gonna do is go ahead, and since we're in this area, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect that sensor, and we're gonna spray it with some lubrication or electrical cleaner, and then plug it back in. So what you're gonna need to do is, this is the connection for that sensor, and so you're just gonna press down right here and pull, and it'll disconnect that sensor. So the sensor is held on by two Torx bit screws, and the Torx bit is T25, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to break it loose. Once you break it loose, then you can just unscrew it by hand. And be very careful to not drop the bolt when you remove them. And there will be two bolts like this. Once you remove the bolt, you can now pull the sensor out. And this is what the sensors look like. And you can see on there, if it zooms in, the part number, and you can replace this. It might help and it might not. Like I said, there's two causes to the sense. It could be this sensor, or it could be the secondary vacuum pump. So we're going to go ahead and clean this and then plug it back in. Let me give you a better look of where it's located. That is where the sensor is located, underneath the intake hose, next to the battery on the driver's side. Alright, now we are installing the sensors back in. And then after that, plug it in. Okay, now we're going to clear the code and give it a drive and see if everything stays clear and engine light won't pop back up. Last but not least, put the cover back on and connect the hose. Get the hose clamp. Clamp it on. And now you're good to go. Alright, we're going to go for a test drive. Drive it for about 30 to 50 to 80 miles. And then see if, make sure all the codes or the computer is resetted back to reading mode, and then by driving that many miles, engine light either will pop back on, or if everything is good, then no engine light will pop on and it will be clear and you're good to go. If the video was helpful, please click the like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be posting more videos every week to make this hopefully helpful for everybody to work on their own vehicles. Thank you.